everyone and welcome back to the Justfly channel. My name is Jay and I'm the host of this channel, and today we have quite a lot of Microsoft Flight Simulator news today. There is quite a lot of details to take in, so make sure that you like and subscribe and comment down below what you found interesting about today's video, and let's not waste any time, let's get straight in with it. Kicking off the news with iniBuilds, they have released their latest patch, which is version 1.0.2 to its A350 airliner, which contains many fixes for the WASM code, and also they have plunged the flying experience for more users since the add-on was released last week. Now, alongside the WASM issues which have been widely reported in the community, this patch also addresses a great deal of issues with the aircraft's simulation. Now, the update also comes with two new features. One is a MORA, which is also known as the minimum off-route altitude, and SND, which is also known as the secondary navigation display. Now, MORA refers to the altitude required to remain 1,000 feet above any sort of terrain or obstacles within a given area. It can also be defined as either route of grid MORA. Route MORA dynamically looks 10 miles either side of the airways that is being flown on, as well as 10 miles from each end of the aircraft, and samples the MOR altitude based on terrain and obstacles within the area. MORA is now on the iniBuilds A350 and is being sourced from Navigraph and is shown on the MFD in the bottom left hand corner, as well as on the vertical profile indications as well. That will be dashed as a pink line. It'll be the same color tone used for constraints and other things like that. In the example that iniBuilds does show, the MORA is set to scan within a 40 nautical miles radius and returns a value of 152, or also known as 15,200 feet. Now, the other new feature that is now available on this update is the secondary navigation display. This instrument sources its position from the ground-based navigational aids as well as the GPS position data. It is also used in the event that the FMC position is unreliable or the system becomes some sort of inoperable at any sort of point. Basic navigation guidance is provided, as well as limited flight plan guidance as well. And also, if you'd like to know more about any of the updates that were introduced inside of this as well, the full changelog will be linked in the description or will be on the Any Manager as well for you guys to have a look at. Now, it's not just only iniBuilds that brought out a massive update. FlightSimStudios has revealed its biggest update for the Boeing 727-200 freighter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, focusing on the highlights, this new version 1.0.8 update introduces the Spirity 150 autopilot system developed by Spirity Flight Systems. This was a key system used inside the Boeing 727, providing essential flight control automations in a time before modern digital aviations were even around. Now, FSS has carefully recreated its functionalities to provide an authentic experience. This is also including the option to assign hardware buttons, especially for those with dedicated hardware setups. Now, the team has also updated their GNX XLS system to support airway entry, making the manual input of longer routes much more manageable and much more closer to reflecting real-life operations. The forward pedestal panel has also been overhauled as well, and also includes a WX terrain radar dummy screen. FlightSim Studio has made several improvements to the sound design, including a more distinct Pratt & Whitney GT8D sound set with adjusted volume levels as well, and also has improvements to the sound position within the Boeing 727 freighter. Rattle sounds have also now been added and several sound bugs have now been fixed. Moving on, the team has also taken a deeper dive into the Boeing 727's freighter fuel system, working closely with the real Boeing 727 engineers to fine-tune the behavior and eliminate existing shortcomings. Now, FlightSim Studio hopes that these improvements will ensure a more accurate and reliable simulation of fuel management within this aircraft. Finally, thanks to the dedicated community members, a new flight plan clipboard is now available for any users to use at their disposal, which can load SimBrief OFPs directly onto it, and this can be moved from the engineer's table or to the forward pedestal, which can be handy for those INS systems. Also, you'll be able to keep an eye on your waypoints and so much more, and you could use that as easy reference for the INS systems.
DJ Choice on the beat.
Justfly has recently shared a development update for their up-and-coming Fokker F70-100 Professional for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, since the last update, which was just a couple of weeks ago, Justfly has been busy implementing the rest of the basic aircraft systems such as the air brakes, lift dumpers, and external cockpit lighting, including the artwork for the Fokker F100 LCD backlights, and so much more. They've also been working on the flight warning system, which monitors normal and abnormal situations and displays various amounts of memos, alerts, messages, and procedures on the MFDUs. Now, the team has also been doing some in-depth testing with their expert team of F100 pilots and engineers of the F100 as well, with the autopilot and FMS systems. They've also been testing an endless amount of number of scenarios to ensure everything is working in all areas. Once all the systems of the F100 is stable and more reliable, the team will then be turning their attention to the F70, which will require changes to the cockpit panel and tweaks to the flight model to take into account for the aircraft's shorter size, lower weight, and significantly different engine performance. And lastly, the team has also mentioned that they will be integrating sounds from sim orchestras, and they will be sharing videos once everything is in place. Now, at this present moment, there is no sort of release date confirmed for the Justfly Fokker F70-100 Professional, but again, more information will be given to you as soon as possible, so make sure you subscribe to this channel so you know when that is. Flying Fries has updated its popular freeware aircraft, the Scrapyard's Monster, to version 2.3 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. The update mainly fixes several bug issues and also enhancements, including a new custom pilot model, replacement of all of the default Asobo lighting VFX with custom ones now being implemented, physical adjustments to correctly spawn, custom animations such as the tail cover that now reflects to the wind, minor camera adjustments to the cockpit view, code optimizations in the back end to enhance performance, and so much more. Now, you can download the latest version of this from FlightSim.to right now, link in the description. Now, a company that we haven't heard for a little while is Flight Panels. They have released the Cessna 172 Skyhawk profiles, which is going to be over 12 pages and 278 pre-programmed keys that give pilots to control their aircraft flight controls, internal and external lighting, circuit breakers, ATIS, information, aircraft preparation, metrics, and so much more. Now, in addition to their Cessna 172 Skyhawk G1000 aircraft profile, the team has also launched an autopilot profile for the Steam Deck Plus, which allows pilots to manage the aircraft's autopilot system, which will be navigation and communication and etc., and also internal and external lighting using the device physicals buttons, LCD touchscreen, and dials. Finally, Flight Panels has also introduced a new Cessna Super Bundle, which includes 5 profiles and an exclusive standalone version of the Skyhawk Garmin G1000. Now, this is designed for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It will be compatible with both the 15 and 32 key profiles. They will also be included as well to support you with the Stream Deck XL, Mark II, and the Stream Deck Mobile for iOS and Android. Now, if you would like to get your very own profiles, you can get it from FlightPanels.io, and also price start from £20 going onwards. I'll leave the link in the description for you to get it.
DJ Choice on the beat.
Now, I'm pretty sure it was last week that iniBuilds teased this brand new renderization of Heathrow Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, just a couple of days ago, the team just released the airport's product for the simulator. Now, iniBuilds says that this is a complete rebuild of the Heathrow Airport to ensure maximum detail and optimized performance. Now, this also includes a new interior modeling, external markings, and updates to the airport's layout since the original one in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Across the airport product, you could find handmade textures with bespoke modeling throughout. There are going to be over 180 models and a fully walkable terminal interior for T5A. A dynamic animation throughout will also be included. There is completely new ground polies matching the current airport layout, bespoke taxi signage, and the use of the Any Manager to allow customization for optimal performance. Now, iniBuilds has also used LOD optimization for every model to ensure it is as smooth as possible. Now, if you would like to get the Heathrow Airport 2024 edition from iniBuilds, it will cost you a whopping £21.99, and that excludes taxes and VAT. Now, if you had the 2020 version, then you will get an upgrade just for £9.99, excluding taxes and VAT, using the code that is now shown on screen.
DJ Choice on the beat.
Simulations has released their renderization of Nuuk International Airport, also known as Bravo Golf Golf Hotel, for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. Nuuk International Airport is the main airport serving Nuuk, the capital of Greenland. The airport was recently expanded and now links to the capital to almost every single town inside of Greenland, as well as many international destinations. The airport is served by Air Greenland, Iceland Air, and later this year Scandinavian Airlines and United Airlines. Now, Simulations renderization of Nuuk International Airport features a highly detailed 3D terminal, including a detailed in-terminal with people inside of it, updated satellite imagery, handcrafted terminal elevation, accurate ground layout and markings, new runway and lightings, custom surrounding buildings and vegetation, full ILS and nav aid integration, and also animated objects, custom realistic night lighting, and so much more. That is just the bare minimum, just keeping that in mind. Now, if you'd like to, you could purchase Simulations Nuuk International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 from Culturals for £12.70, and that excludes taxes and VAT. Now, what about just stating that there is just a little bit more competition coming out with Nuuk International Airport? Now, there was a surprising announcement from FSimStudios that has revealed that they're bringing out, you guessed it, Nuuk International Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. Now, they have done their research and took the mission to gather crucial data about the airport and work with Air Greenland themselves to gather imagery and information to recreate the airport for the simulator. Now, this includes the most recent layout, runways, and terminal designs. Now, I'm not going to go into more detail about this already. It was already said just a minute ago, but I can say is that if you would like to buy this, you can get it again. It will be on Cotrails, Orbex, and other sites going on forward. It will cost you $14.99, and that excludes taxes and VAT. But you have the option, as both Simulations 1 is now out and FSimStudios is now out as well. And the last thing on today's news is from Flightbeam Studios. They have announced a new blog post on their website that was well re-owned for their San Francisco airport, which is now receiving a major facelift as a part of a wider update to bring compatibility to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. As a result, approaches to the airports include significant maneuvers before touchdown. Writing on the changes, Mir from Flightbeam's team has said that the enhancements to the developer's SDK for Microsoft Flight Simulator has enabled the team to make more significant improvements to the ground texture around the airport, with more grunt and grime on the tarmac around the stands, given as much detail as possible. Now, he also said that the ground textures on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020's version were already pretty much good, but there were several things that were limiting them by the previous SDK, which focused on default detail maps on all the aprons. Now, all ground assets have all been re-optimized and re-exported for the new SDK in 2024's game. Also, making the new list of features are entirely custom lighting for runways and taxiways, which form a more immersive nighttime flying experience. There will be native VDSG on A, B, E, and G gates, and also various amounts of things around the airport. Now, the team are also including a scan of the assets taken at the real airport, the result of numerous amounts of on-site visits by the team. They also highlighted that the quality of Flightbeam's stuff is known and respected by saying, "We don't use Google Maps to develop our products, unlike some other of their competitors." Best of all, the 2024 compatibility update and all of these new features come at no additional additional cost for existing members of the Kilo Sierra Foxtrot Oscar Captain's Edition for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. The update is available now via Cotrails and will hit the marketplace on 2024 once it makes its debut. And that is it for today's video. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. Yes, today's one was quite long. Yeah, it was a very long one. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed yesterday's video as well. If you haven't, go ahead and watch that video, link in the description for that one as well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in another video because my voice is hurting again. I don't know why I keep on doing this. Anyway, hope to see you guys in another video. And as always, it's been your boy Jay. Happy flying.